Welcome, everybody, to Generation Viewpoint, another fine episode with me, Freedom, and he, Evan. How are you, Evan?
Good.
Why are you staring like that? You're looking all silly at the camera. I love it. If only looks could translate to podcast listeners, they would see right now, I'm sitting next to a young man who's staring very silly at a camera with this weird smile on his face. Very scary. I sound like a golf guy.
You know what that just reminded me of?
What?
It looks like he's going with the 5-iron.
Dude, you just blasted everybody's eardrums, including my own. Ah, man, I got to pull my headset out. Dude, somebody in a car right now just crapped their pants and ran into a telephone pole. All right? That's all I'm saying.
I apologize.
Holy crap. You can't do that, man. You freak people out. That's amazing. Oh, man, that's crazy. I think that would be fun to be a golf announcer.
Wait,
right?
We were just watching golf a while ago.
Yeah.
And I just realized, how do the announcers know what club he has right when he's taking out? It looks like he has the 5-iron here.
I know. And they're from 300 yards away in a tower.
Or they're looking at cameras.
Yeah.
You have no... I can't tell what my opponent is using when I'm playing golf with them.
You stand there and go, hey, what are you using?
Yeah, that's the only way you know.
You know what? That's a great observation. I have never thought about that ever. I can't figure out why it is that every time they hit the ball, it looks like it's going right into the woods, but yet it's straight down the fairway.
I know.
I don't get that. Yeah. You know? I don't know, man, but that would be kind of fun.
Because every time you're just like, oh, that was a crappy hit right next to the hole.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now they added the line.
The color.
Yeah. So that you know it looks like it's going this way, but the line just points, and then you're like, oh, okay, that was a good shot.
Yeah.
And then you'll see the draw. I want to know how they do that.
What?
The line.
Oh, how they track it like that?
In live time.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. Good cameras and some great technology. You should go learn how to do that. That'd be fun. We could do it with everything. It'd be kind of cool.
What are we going to do with it?
I don't know. We highlight anything, around the house. We should be able to put on glasses and choose what to follow. It'd be like the dog or the cat goes running across. It's got a blue trail behind it. You'd be like, look at that. Woo, there he goes. That would just be kind of funny. I don't know. Anyways, maybe not so. So, Ev, big day. Tomorrow you leave for overseas. Do you know how long of a flight you are about to embark on?
17 hours?
No, it's not 17
More?
hours. No, it's 8.5 hours, man.
I thought it was longer.
No. 8.5 hours. You fly north, you go over Greenland, and then you come scooting on down, and it's going to be great. So I got to ask you, before you embark on this great trip, which I am super, super excited that you get to go. I remember going there the first time I ever went. I was very young, a lot younger than you, and I remember going to an old farmhouse, and I hope that your grandfather, Bestafar, takes you here, and I don't know if you will be able to, but going to this house and seeing where my grandfather, your great-grandfather, was born, because he was born into the kitchen sink, because it was a long time ago, farmhouse, and that's where and I was standing there going, wow, this is where my grandfather was born, right here, and I'm standing there in Norway. It's very compelling. And then if you go down the ocean some places, you can see where the bunkers are still there from World War II, and the tails of fighter planes are sticking out of the water and stuff.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go there.
There is. So you got to bring that up to Bestafar and let him know. Yeah. I don't know how it fits in. But
because he's master schedule man.
He's a very scheduled guy. Yeah. Yes, he is. But he knows what to do. And there's nobody.
I'm
better
really
to take
excited.
It. So let me ask you, what are you most excited about on this trip that you get to go on? What excites you the most?
I'm excited to be able to take pictures.
Photos in another land.
Yes.
Yes. What are you hoping that you're going to capture with your camera that you can't capture here in the U.S. of A?
I don't know.
Excellent answer, sir.
I really don't, because I never know what I'm going to capture until I'm in the moment. I'm like, oh, that would be a good picture.
Yeah.
If you ask me somewhere that I would want to go in the U.S. to take pictures, I'd be like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Somewhere over there.
But once you're there, You're
I'm
like,
like,
oh, that's
ooh,
kind of cool.
I want to go over there and take pictures there.
Yep.
So
Oh, you're gonna have a great time. What makes you the most nervous about a trip like this? Is there anything that gives you a little apprehension or anything like that you're like, I'm kind of nervous about that?
I'm never nervous before and kind of during. But if I'm moving around, I do get nervous of this. It's of forgetting something somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I'm always scared, like
losing track of a belonging.
Whenever we go on like vacation to different houses and stuff, I make sure that everything that I brought, I make sure to be sure that like I have everything.
Okay.
And I think this fear comes from us losing The Incredibles when we went to Disney that one year.
Wow, wait a minute. What happened now? Take me back.
I was, I think, 7.
Okay.
And we went to Disney World.
Okay.
In Florida.
Yeah.
And we rented a house and a bunch of family came and stuff.
Yep.
And we watched The Incredibles in the house DVD player.
Yes.
And we got home.
Yeah.
And we were deciding to watch a movie. And we were like, let's watch Mr. Incredibles. So we pulled out the case, and it wasn't in there. And we looked everywhere, and we were like, "Oh, we left it in Florida."
Yeah.
And
so you think now that you have now a ingrained lifelong anxiety of losing something because of an Incredibles DVD in Florida?
Are you downgrading The Incredibles right now?
I'm not downgrading The Incredibles, sir. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that's a pretty hefty price to pay for the rest of your life for the cost of a DVD movie. You're
downgrading DVD movies.
No, I'm breaking it down to its simplest form. That's all I'm doing.
But like to me, a DVD movie is worth like a lot.
Well, at that age, so you're
right now
you're trying to avoid the emotion that was attached to feeling like you lost something.
Yes,
I understand. Wow. Okay. I don't like losing things either, so I'm very organized as well. So I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it overrules me. I can tell you that, like, if we're out in an amusement park on rides, I can't tell you how many times I check my pockets to make sure my wallet and my phone are still in there. I'm always afraid they're going to fall out of my
Whenever
pockets.
we go to New York City, every like 2 minutes I check my back pocket to make sure my wallet's there.
That's why you take it out and put it in your front pocket. When you're in the crowded places, you take your wallet and you put it in your front pocket because they can't pickpocket you as easy because you'll feel it better, and then it's easier to check as well.
Yeah. Sometimes I put it in my jacket and then zip it up.
Right.
Then
I got you.
Won't know.
All right. Well, this is big. So it's not the plane ride there. It's not meeting all these people who don't speak English and talking to them. It's that you might forget a DVD in Norway while you're there.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm just breaking that down. So any travel tips that I need to teach you about here? Make sure you label your suitcase. Make sure any valuables that are in your suitcase get labeled in case they get lost out of your suitcase. They can track them down.
Yep.
Right? And I think that's pretty much about it. So don't forget, don't lose your passport or driver's license, your identification.
Okay.
Or else you'll be living in Norway forever. Imagine if you went there and you met somebody who said, hey, why don't you stay here for a year and be a photographer with us? Whoa. That would be amazing.
I might turn them down.
What? You never know what'll happen. Be open to possibility. Open to possibility. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do pets go to heaven? Do all dogs go to heaven?
I don't know.
So you have an animal that you truly love. Let's just say you don't really.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say.
So you have this dog. You are like, I mean, there's people out there who have dogs and cats and things like that, and they really, really, really love them, right? So let's say you have that, and that animal passes away. Does that animal go to heaven? Will you see that animal when you get to heaven?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I really don't.
Do you have an opinion? Not a fact, but do you have a thought, opinion, or anything like that?
I would think no.
Okay. All right. And all of our listeners just click stop. Stop podcast, delete.
But I really don't know.
Well, so I think I know the answer, but I don't know 100% either, and I don't think any of us will until we're actually there. You know, so I think there's two ways of thinking, and I could be wrong on this. So, and I'm sure people will let me know, and that's great because I do want to know what you think. Right? You know what? This might have to be a poll, by the way.
Yeah,
I'd like to know.
I think so.
So there's two parts. One, from the faith-based part, which we're familiar with, is that in order to get to heaven, it's a faith in Jesus Christ, right? Okay. So dogs, cats can't have that, right? They don't have that. So that would be a disqualifier that no, they don't get to heaven.
But you also have to take into account that the reason we can't get to heaven is because of our sin. So do they have sin?
There's another question. And if you love to play the guitar or the ukulele, when you get to heaven, will you be able to play the ukulele? And some would say yes. Some would say if you love carpentry, when you get there, there'll be tools so you could build.
Because it says in the Bible, I think, that when you get to heaven, you do what you love.
So if you love dogs and you're a dog groomer, right? Do you get to be a dog groomer in heaven? Because we're not just sitting around floating on clouds. We're doing things.
Instead of a dog groomer, you become a cloud groomer.
A cloud groomer. I don't know. I think it's a fascinating question, you know, because if I don't know. I don't know the exact answer.
Yeah.
My answer, if somebody were to ask me, would be no, because that's all I know. You know, but I don't know the exact answer. So we're going to run a poll on that because we've got to see what other people are thinking. So So here's another thing along the lines of heaven and life, things like that. Do you think, all right, so if you went back 50 years, the average lifespan was, I don't know what it was, maybe in the 50s or I think it was in the 50s or something like that, right? And then it's gone up and gone up and gone up and gone up, okay? Do you think there's a limit that science can take us on how long they can get our lifespan to be? Or do you think that it'll just keep on growing forever, for as long as this planet exists? Every 10 years, the life expectancy average will be higher. What's your thought on that one?
I feel like it can. I think it can.
You think it can? Okay. I don't know the answer to this. I mean, cells deteriorate and things like that. But
but at the same time, people that are living to be like 80 or 90 are only getting the beginning of the high tech, like, science.
Yeah.
So, like, people
who are being born right now.
Well, first of all, the people that were like 90, when they were kids, their medicine was a cough drop to help cancer or something like
some cod liver oil.
Just something like that. But now we know that if you take an antibiotic, like, you get rid of the flu, or like a steroid, you get rid of the flu, something like that. So now our bodies aren't being eaten away as much as they were before. So now I feel like people that are being born now, or even within the last 10 years, are going to, their lifespan is going to be at least 100.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know. So I mean, we already in the last question we mentioned the Bible. So let's just mention a passage in there that talks about, it's in Genesis. I don't know the actual verse and I don't know the actual words of it, but it talks about that he created this age limit of 120 years old. And there is different people who say that it's actual age. So other people say it's like when the flood was going to come. Like, there's a whole conversation about that, right? But I think if you ask that question, a lot of people would point to that and say, no, there's a 120-year lifespan on people, that God has decided. You know what I mean?
Didn't Abraham live to be...
He was before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who lived older, and then God got upset because and put this rule in play. And but since then, people have lived to past 120. Not many, but like one or two people have. You know, so that's the only thing that I could think of as far as something that we can lean on as far as some kind of a truth or whatever. But I don't know. Because it seems like every year goes by, every 10 years go by, and we're living longer and longer and longer.
Yeah.
You know, you just wonder how long can you do that? And imagine, we don't look younger. We just live younger. So imagine if they get it to you're living to 200, you're going to look like a piece of beef jerky walking around playing tennis.
You're going to look like in the movie Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
He misinterprets the Benjamin Button thing. And when he turns into like a baby, his face is like a raisin.
Yeah.
And his body is like the size of this
He's really
jar.
tiny. Yeah.
Like he's just so small, but he's just like crimpled up.
Oh my word! I'm telling you,
So-
man, it's kind of crazy. So I
Yeah.
don't know what the truth of that is, but who knows? So, but there was one more question I wanted to ask you, and along those lines, but I'm going to have to save it because we're already running out of time here, trying to keep people to their commute listen and things like that. So, great episode, and we're gonna have to run a poll on the do we put it as dogs go to heaven or pets go to heaven? How should
Pets.
put it as pets, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll run that poll and see what people have to say about that. So, in the meanwhile, we are so thankful that you guys joined us once again, and we hope that you have a terrific week, and we cannot wait to be back here with you again soon. So, have a great day.
See ya. Remember, we're on iTunes and Stitcher, and as always, thanks for being awesome.